Hello everyone and welcome to another dance session. We are still looking at the ancient Greeks. So last week we looked at mythical creatures and gods, which is so interesting because there's some really crazy mythical creatures and really powerful, interesting gods with all their characteristics and their powers. But this week I thought we would look at sports, the ancient Greeks and what sports they did and how the Olympics formed. And that's what we're going to be looking at today. And obviously sport and dance go really well together. They're very different, but at the same time we can make up some really lovely dances about sports. And so the Greeks are brilliant for that, so we're going to make up some really good dances today. So let's start with our warm-up. And what we're going to do first of all is we are going to do our go, freeze, sit, stand warm-up, okay? Because you're good at this and it uses our brain and our body. So when I say go, you've got to jog on the spot. Go, fast as you can, let's get everything moving, go, 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 go. When I say freeze, you have to freeze in an interesting shape, okay? Anything you like, okay, go, 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 freeze, something different, good, so that's go and freeze. When I say sit, you sit, and when I say stand up, you stand up. Okay, so we have go, freeze, sit, stand. We also have kneel, okay, kneel, and lie. So you've got to lie down on the floor, okay? So lie, kneel, sit, stand, freeze, go, okay? Right, get that in your heads. Ready? The thing is I'm going to mix it up. Okay, and that will make us think even harder. So let's start with sit, stand, go, sit, freeze, go, kneel, lie down, and freeze. We can freeze lying down and sit up and stand and freeze and go and stop. Okay, well done. You know what's coming. So what we're going to do now is the opposite. Okay, how do we do this? So go is freeze, freeze is go, sit is stand, stand is sit, kneel is lie down, and lie down is kneel. Okay, so whatever I say, you have to do the opposite. Ready? Let's start with go and freeze. And stand up, and sit down, and lie down, and kneel up, and go, and sit up, and sit down, oh, that's right, and freeze, and lie down, and freeze, and go in another position and stand up. I think I got that right. I'm really sorry if I didn't. I think I got it right. Okay, I'm sure you did as well. Right, the next thing we're going to look at is our speeds. And I think we did this last time where we look at our different speeds in dance, and that can make dances look really interesting. So we're going to start from 1 all the way up to 5. 1 is our super slow motion. So that's too fast, isn't it? Do you remember we go really, really slowly? And this is really good to control our bodies. And you have to think of every part of your body. Your hands might be moving slowly, but you can't be looking around quickly with your head. So every part of your body has to be slow. Number 2 is a little bit quicker. We're defrosting a bit, we're kind of moving a bit faster. Number 3 is kind of normalish speed. And remember, this is any movement you like. There's nothing set. You can just spin around, jump around, whatever you want to do, but you have to do it in that speed. Okay, number 4, we're speeding up. Okay, and then number 5, we go as fast as we can in the space. Be very careful not to hit yourself or hit anything in the room that you're in. Okay, so let's start. Again, we're going to mix all these speeds up. So 1 is very slow, 5 is very fast, but we're going to mix all these speeds up. So we're going to start with a casual number 3. So let's just have a move around. Have a stretch. This is a good warm up. Okay, we're not going too fast, but you can stretch your arms, stretch your legs, go down to the floor, do a turn. We're going to build up to number 4. Okay, have a few reaches. Think about your body, your head, your back, your leg, your feet. Number 5, go for it. Keep breathing, please. Good. Well done. Straight down to number 2. Ooh. That's a big drop, isn't it? So going really fast to really slow. I'm now going to go even slower to number 1. Think about every body part. Can you try doing a step, but in that slow motion? Good, well done. Up to number 3. 4. And 5. Go for it. Keep going, keep going, keep the pellet, keep the energy, keep the pace up. 4. Slowing down. 3. 2. 1. And stop. Well done. Very nice. Good. Okay. Another little warm-up I thought, really to get our arms moving, is we're going to do some arm shakes. So I want you to imagine you've got something on the end of your hands. I'm going to flick it away. Okay, so we're going to stand in the centre, our feet in parallel, so our starting position, nice and strong. I'm going to flick our arms up in the air for 8 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're then going to flip them forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to flip them down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Flip them to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good, and then we're going to chop them in half and do 4. 4 counts. 2, 3, 4. 4 in front, 4 down, 4 below. Chop it in half. 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then we're going to do really fast ones. 1, 1, 1, 1. And we'll do that twice because it's so fast. 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, this is a really good warm-up. Helps us get really fit, which is what we need to do in dance, to do our really big sporty dance that we can do later on. Okay, so here we go. Let's try this with some music. So 8 first of all. Here we go. Arms up. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Side. 4, 5, 6, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 2. 1, 2, 2, 2. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. How was that? That's quite a good one to warm up to in the morning, isn't it? Ooh, there we go. That's really good for our arms, make our arms nice and strong. Well done. Give your arm a shake. And your other arm a shake. Give your leg a shake. And your other leg a shake. Give everything a wiggle. Take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Okay, right. Do you want to make yourselves comfortable? I'm just going to show you a few pictures. I'm just going to talk you through a few little facts before we make our dance about the ancient Greeks and their sport. So we are looking at the Greek Olympics. And this was about 3,000 years ago, the Olympics started. And they started in a village called Olympia, and that's why it's called Olympics, because the village where it started was called Olympia. So isn't that amazing? That name has carried for 3,000 years, it hasn't changed. All the competitors who joined in were male, and they were very fit and very young. So it was sort of the best of the best who joined in, and no women were allowed to join in at all, which isn't quite right, is it? They prayed to Zeus, the athletes who joined in the Olympics. They prayed to Zeus and they trained for 10 months. They won olive leaves and money. You can see here, these sort of olive leaves here. So they won quite a lot of money, but also these weren't just any olive leaves. These were taken from the sacred tree that grew near to where Zeus lives. And do you remember who Zeus was? He was the god of all gods, so he was really important. So actually winning those leaves was incredibly important. Another incentive was to become famous. So you became famous if you won the Olympics or won any of the races or events. So it was a really big deal. Do you recognise these? I don't know if you remember the Olympics, the last one we had, but these are the symbols that show the Olympics that we still use today. The Olympics were important to Greek culture as the city-states stopped all their battles and observed a special truce for a full month before the games started. So it was a really nice time for some peace, and there was no fighting and people got on. And a bit like now, sport brings people together, doesn't it? Dance brings people together as well. So if you think of all those people watching sports and football matches and any kind of sports games and events, it brings everyone together. So just like 3,000 years ago, it stopped wars and stopped battles, and people all came and joined together to see what was going on. But how do we know now what happened 3,000 years ago? And it's because a lot of these events and stories were recorded on pottery. We're probably going to be talking about Greek pottery and this area of the ancient Greeks a little bit more, but for now I'll just show you a few pots. And architects dug these pots up, which are thousands of years old, and look how well they've preserved, look how well they've stayed. They've used beautiful colours, and what is happening in these pictures? They're telling a story, aren't they? So there weren't words, there weren't really books, there was nothing like that that people wrote things down in, but what they did do is they drew pictures, and from this we could see what was happening. So this is one of people running, and these are the events that happen in the Olympics. So we see running, there's quite a few people competing. We had wrestling, as you can see. There was the discus, so this hasn't changed at all. So you can see the discus is like a sort of plate almost shape, isn't it? And you throw it over you sort of twist and throw. We're going to have a go at that in a minute. Not throwing a real discus, that wouldn't be a good idea, would it? So this is the discus. We also have the javelin, so that hasn't changed either. This looks a little bit more fighty. They're sort of wearing shields and helmets and things. So we don't fight each other when we do javelin now. It's just like a long spear, the javelin, and we just see how far we can throw it. But I think in the ancient Greek times, they probably had a bit more of a fight. And also they did chariot racing, so equestrian events with horses, and they used to race around huge stadiums, and this was a little sort of chariot, and it would be sort of connected to a horse, and they'd run around and around like that. And also they had boxing, you can see here. So there was lots and lots of events that haven't really changed at all. So boxing, chariot racing, javelin, discus, wrestling, and running. Okay, so what I thought is we would have a go at making some of these moves, making a dance from some of these pictures and this beautiful pottery. Okay, so I wonder which is your favourite one. Here we go. So what we're going to do is, I was looking at the different events that we could do, and I thought, oh, right, the first shape I thought of was a running shape, and that's quite an obvious shape, isn't it? So I'm going to put my leg and my arm in front. I'm just going to do 2 sort of runs like this. So if you want to try this too, so if you get up and we have our leg in front, so we can't really, there's not a lot of space to run, so I just thought I'd make the shape. So we're going to go 1, 2, like that, just on the spot. So we're going to go 1, 2, good. After this, we're going to pick up our discus off the floor, okay, and you hold the discus like this. You hold it quite flat, like a big plate, okay, and then we're going to twist, and we're going to throw. So we're going to twist once, hold it, twist twice, and throw, and let go, so you can see it go flying over there, but we're not actually going to throw anything because that would be a little bit dangerous. So we're going to pick it up and we're going to go 1 and 2, and that's a lovely shape because we can do a really big twist in our body. Our hips actually don't move very much, but our whole body twists, so see if you can get a nice big stretch, looking right over there to the corner. So we go 1 and throw, 2. Good, so we have our running, 1, 2, pick up our discus, 1 and throw, good. Okay, I want you to face the front, and I'm going to do some boxing. Okay, so hold your hands up, I'm going to punch, and when you punch you're going to put all your weight forward, so we're going to twist our shoulder forward, so you're going to go punch, 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 okay? We can do that quite fast. Let's do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice, good. And the last one is wrestling. Okay. We haven't got anyone to wrestle, and if you're with someone, I don't want you to wrestle them. But what I thought of is, in wrestling, they have lots of bendy, twisty positions, and they sort of get people in these crazy positions and then hold them down. So I thought we could do that easily in dance. So we're just going to do some sort of bendy, twisty positions to show. We're almost like we're wrestling ourselves, aren't we? Okay, so see how bendy and twisty you can go. Your arms are on your back, on your legs, all over the place. See how bendy and twisty you can go. Okay, so we have 4 events. We have our running. Ready? 1, 2. We have our discus. 3, 1. And throw. Good. We have our boxing, face the front, so we're changing direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's quite fast. We have our wrestling. Twisty, twisty. Good. All the way round. Okay. So if you need a minute, you can pause me and have a little practice. Running, discus, boxing, wrestling. Okay. But if you want to try that with music, you can with me now. Okay. Let's have a go. Ready? Here we go. And good. Again, running. Discus. Very nice. So we have our 4 movements. Okay, what I want to think of now is a transition between each movement. So, a transition, we talked about this before, is a movement that links one shape or movement to another one. So it's a little thing in between that links the dance, makes it flow really nicely, and makes it look more interesting as well. So, I thought from our run here, we can go 2 runs, 1, 2, good. From here, we're going to do a little jump to the side. That's our transition to pick up our discus. Okay, then we're going to step and reach, and then throw the discus. And what would be a good transition from here Exactly, we're going to throw and turn around. So it's going to take us all the way round to face the front to do our boxing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Okay, let's try that again. So we've got 2 transitions. We've got running, 1, 2. Our first transition is a jump to the side, pick up your discus, reach, throw, now turn, face the front, boxing, 1, 2, 3, 4, good. Our next transition is you're going to knock this arm's up, this arm's up, you're going to knock this arm, okay, and that's going to take you into the wrestling. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, you're going to knock the arm, whichever one's up, it doesn't matter, and that's going to take you into your wrestling. Okay, so one thing leads you on to the next thing. So let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to knock the arm, and that takes you into your wrestling. Okay, so our transitions are a little jump, we have a turn, and then we have a knock. Okay, so what you can do, you can copy my transitions, or if you want to, you can make up your own transitions. So from the running, you could do a nice slide into your discus, or you could do a little turn into your discus, and then you're going to turn back out again. So you can do whatever transitions you like, linking our 4 sports shapes and movements together. Okay, so if you want to, you can pause me and we can come back in a minute, or if you want to carry on, we'll try the music now with the new transitions that I've got. Okay, so let's have a go. Here we go. Okay, running. Here we go. Building up our dance now. What I want you to do is go back to the beginning of the lesson in our warm-up when we were thinking about speeds, because what I want you to do is think about the speeds in your dance. So we've got quite a big range now, haven't we? We've got the running, which isn't that fast here. We've got a nice little quick jump here. Then we've got a discus, which is quite fast, but our turn is really fast. Okay, and then we stop, completely dead, face the front, and that's really dramatic. Then we do our punches, which are quite fast, and then we stop again, and then that knock is quite fast into our wrestling, which isn't that fast, but it takes us probably to level sort of 3, something like that. Okay, so you just have a think about your speeds. What you can do is pause this, go away, have a little run through. Think about what speed you're doing, think about which bits you stop at, which bits are dramatic, which bits you want people to look at the most, okay, and have a practice of that. The final thing, can you think about your end position? Because otherwise we could dance forever, woo! Okay, which obviously I'd love to do, but this lesson has to end at some point. So, I think carry on for as long as you like, and then you can have whatever end position you like. You could go back to the beginning and do a running position, or you could just finish in a really nice twisting position, like a wrestling position, or you could go back to something like the boxing and end. But you have to freeze, and that's when we know you've finished. Okay? So have a little think about your speeds and think about your end position. Okay? And now let's try it, the whole thing with music. Okay, let's go. Ready? Here we go. last time. Here we go, make it really big. Ready to go. It's very dramatic, isn't it? I love that music. It reminds you of sort of winning a gold medal at the Olympics or something like that. Well done. I wish I could see those dances. I bet they're amazing. I hope you're out of breath. We're going to get really fit during this lockdown, aren't we? Okay, well done. Have a think. Keep these ideas in your head. If you can try and remember these dances, we can build up on them every week. And by the time I see you again, we can have a lovely big phrase that we can work on. Okay, can't wait to see those. Well done. Right, let's have a cool down. Get our heart rate down, get our breathing a bit calmer. So what we're going to do is, I would like you to stretch out into a star shape and breathe in, and then you're going to curl up in a very small ball. Doesn't matter which direction you're facing. And breathe out, so all the air is being squeezed out. Good. Relax the head, breathe in, stretch, nice, look up, big stretch, and breathe out. So all the air is being squeezed out. Good. Breathe in, stretch, good, and breathe out. Well done. Okay, from here, we're going to take the boxing stance. We're going to do it at number 2 on our speed chart. Okay. So when you punch, think about stretching your shoulders. Good. Nice. Stretch, so doing slow motion boxing. Okay. I don't know if you'd win a fight doing this, but it's a nice cool down. Good. Can you slowly pick up your discus? Okay, on the floor, we're gonna twist, and again, number 2 speed, and twist, and throw, let go. Good, feel that nice twist. Good. Well done, relax your shoulders, shake your arms. Big breath in. And out. Well done. Fantastic, well done today. I bet you did some brilliant work. Thank you so much. There's so much more we can talk about with the Greeks and their culture and their ideas and everything. So we've got a few more sessions of this, and I can't wait to share some more dances with you. So thank you very much, and see you soon.